Hello.
Hello.
So we're back. And if I can mention, we're better than ever because from now on you can subscribe to our channel and throw around some bitties. So yeah, that's very exciting. It's very exciting. Right. Last time the group went back to the Barclay residence to try and return the pocket watch. Which Barclay refused. Soon after, we found ourselves in a ferocious fight with a what was it called? A ghost, a poltergeist, I believe,
Yep.
and some topi, which went terribly well.
Maybe you want to explain what a topi is.
Right. So topi are tiny human-like scratching creatures that throw around poison.
The shrunken zombies.
Right. It was very, very chaotic. And yeah, most of the time we actually fought, and I believe Sanamin's magic missile finished the deal in the end. And after we talked a little bit to Dale, and yeah, that's where we left off last time.
Sorry. I just laughed at something that none of you can see.
Great. Nice.
Anyways, let's carry on with our game then, because we're all having fun. I am very much prepared.
Why do I feel like that's not really the case?
Prepared for everything today. Everything.
Oh, okay.
Come on, Libra. It's long as it's not a battle map, because my Patreon wanted a different one.
Yeah, so I just quickly want to add, we have some new overlays. You will not be seeing the new map overlay. Saint Cynthia and I have
Maybe you
working for
will.
that.
Maybe I'll just have to draw black or white.
Old classic Roll20 drawn battle maps. Yes, yes, that'll be
It's
great.
like, just for all of your information, I run a Patreon where I post Curse of Strahd maps every month. And I was busy with a Curse of Strahd map, which is a Barovian church, which I, 80%, about 70% finished. And I also run a campaign in Curse of Strahd, but my players went an entirely different direction. So I had 2 weeks' time to make an entirely different map. And I also couldn't also make the map for this week, plus completely rearrange all my planning I had for the coming sessions, because we have a surprise coming today. It's a lot of work. Let's hope no one starts to fight this session, and if they do, then I hope you like my scribbles. So,
And, what's your patron?
oh, it's I believe
It's in the overlay. It's in the overlay.
Yeah.
It's below. Like there is another inconspicuous screen, and below that one, that's where the Patreon link is. Yeah.
Anyways, I think this was the most professional, unprofessional intro we've had so far.
This is the best overlay we've had so far. Yeah.
Yeah, at least the
What are
most
you talking
delightful.
about?
Yeah. So, to the group. Thank you for that lovely summary of last week, where you had a action-packed session and actually helped Dill, the daughter of the owner of the Velvet Kettle, get rid of a little pesky problem with poltergeists and topi, which are basically shrunken dead bodies reanimated into zombies, particularly nasty kind as well. You managed to blow them all up and also blow up the Velvet Kettle's ethereal version, plus a whole barrage of potions that were stored in the ethereal plane by Toby himself. But other than that, you did get rid of the initial problem, and Dill was quite happy with that. She rewarded you with a lot of gold, and that was exactly what you needed for the next phase of your well-thought-out plan, where you would go to the casino in the evening to find whoever is behind the lacing of the suit with lycanthropy bile, or just find something, some
Gamble?
information, some clues. You do have one particular clue from Barclay himself that at the moment when you try to return the little construct mechanical dragon watch to Barclay, he said, try and find the creator of it and ask him his opinion about the lacing of suit. It was a very ominous, very vague hint, but it seemed to hold something to it. So, with that said, you're on your way. And you all divvy up the money inside of the velvet kettle before going out into the street.
How much does that make per person?
100 gold per person.
100 gold per person. And with 100 gold per person, you are now out in the streets. The sun is shining. There's no alarm blaring off in Westruun, and the shops are open. What would you like to do?
That fight left me stiff.
Ghost peppers first, or go for some shopping?
Yeah, we've got some ghost peppers to deliver. I think we should do some shopping first because that's where we are right now, since we've just exited the shop.
What do you need?
It seemed like the students had a lot of haste behind this problem.
Well, yeah, but if we have to go back again, that'll cost a lot of time. So if we just do some quick buying first, if there's some quick stuff we need to get.
You also know that Diost is waiting for you all for your gambling lesson. And you might not want to exert yourself for your meeting tonight. That's a hint from the DM.
Right.
Let me look at my spell slots and not exert myself. That will be fine. It's fine. It's fine. Damn, that's a big mug.
Well, I've never been shopping in a city, so it could take a while.
What do you
I
need?
do feel like I need something to match those earrings that I got.
Right. So are we supposed to find new clothes? Because I think that's going to be an issue.
You have to kind of, blend in.
Yeah. I don't think I'll ever. We can make an effort. Did you see a clothing shop on the way? Did we?
You did see several clothing shops on the way. They're not very hard to miss. You are right in the market.
Is there one with curves in the name?
No, there are many tailor shops. Some look specifically aimed for farmers. Other look to be placed in the more high-end part of the district. So as you wander around in the market district, you can certainly find a shop for any of your needs. So what are you specifically looking for? And then we can make an investigation check to see if you find it or something close to it.
Well, for starters, I think I should wear just like a set of big common clothes to kind of blend in with everybody, get out of this chainmail, maybe.
Do you want to have some nice common clothes or some common clothes?
Well, not common. It needs to be...
Because you did hear Dios say that you need some nice clothes to get into that casino.
Right. So let's make it nice.
You mentioned it multiple
then.
times. Okay. So
also, I'm walking behind her and constantly rambling about all the things she would look pretty in, and maybe a bit of this, and but maybe a skirt. I've never seen you in a skirt, and I'll just ramble on as long as she'll let me.
All right, you get an investigation check with advantage because you have a personal shopper with you.
Nice. I'll take all the investigation.
Yes, please.
Oh.
With advantage.
Okay. Well, I just roll again, right?
Oh, nice. Well, it's already a natural 20. Give me 1 second. You do find a shop that is able to sell you some fine clothes that will fit you quite perfectly. You even find it at the start of your search, and this person is even capable of tailoring it to your size in the next 3 hours. So you just have to pick it up 3 hours later as you wander around the market district a little bit further for all of your other shopping needs. So you can think about how Brion will look, and the fine clothes will cost you 15 gold unless you want to haggle it down.
Well, does a natural 20 give me any discount?
That's the natural 20 for investigation to find the shop.
Right. Okay, that sucks. No, I'll not haggle. I'll just be polite.
Then it's 15 gold, and you can think to yourself what a nicely black tie dress code dressed Brion would look like in fine clothes.
Nice.
And then for anyone else want to have a snazzy new outfit, or are you gonna wear what you're wearing right now?
I still have a nice, fine outfit in my backpack.
Then you have no worries.
No.
Is there anything else you want to look for, Zanamin?
Not at this moment. No.
Okay. Then
I don't remember. Xanaman, remind me. Were we also going to go to the casino? Yeah, we were going to the university, to the library, right?
Yeah, that was the plan.
Right. No, so I don't need time to...
With deals at 8 o'clock, and before that you could go to the library and we would all go to the casino.
I don't know if we have the time for that, because we also need to go to bring those peppers to the students as well.
Do any of you know what time it is right now?
Well, we got up pretty early.
you did get up pretty early, and then with all the fighting, the money, and the tea drinking, and all of that, it was afternoon when you started your search for clothes for Brion, and that took about an hour. So you're now at like 1 o'clock.
Right.
Okay.
And I'll just let you know, there doesn't seem to be an emergency feeling or brewing in the streets coming from the scholars district. So it might just be some over-exaggerating students that are dealing with some troubles. And perhaps you want to focus on the quest at hand at the casino.
Well, dressed to impress, he said. I'm wearing like a leather armor, and the pants are just a regular black leather pants. So I'll find something that I can wear on top without the extra armory bits.
Okay, so if I understand you correctly, you want to continue wearing your armor, but you want to find some fine clothes you can wear over your armor as to hide it and look good.
No, I don't want to wear my armor. It's just that part of my leather armor is a black leather pants that just looks like a regular fancy pants. So I do want to wear my pants, but I won't be wearing any of the armor bits that are normally on top of the pants. I'm not sure what they're called. They're like the guards for your upper thighs and stuff. I won't be wearing those. It won't be armor anymore. It's just regular black leather pants.
All right. So what is your question? What are you specifically looking for?
I'm looking for something like a fitted lace emerald green crop top.
All right.
And a pale silvery flowy kimono kind of deal.
All right. Make an investigation check. Yeah, make an investigation check. Anyone helping you?
Helping me?
I think I'll wander around with Lux in the time I'm waiting for my clothes to be fitted.
Sure. So Brion's helping you as well, and by looking quite intimidating, lots of people are getting out of your way.
So, investigation, right?
Yes, with advantage. Okay, with a 17, you actually find yourself back at the same tailor after an hour or two of just looking around. You can't see anything emerald green, and you were hoping to find something really nice. And then you pick up Brion's clothes, and then you suddenly see in the windowsill, you completely miss it the first time, the perfect top. It's just beautiful emerald lace, made velvet, gorgeous, your size. You can just pick it up from the shelf and wear it.
Look, Brion.
And
I was just so busy with you last time, but this would be perfect.
It's very nice.
The top itself is 5 gold, and he actually has a very beautiful silver kimono inside as well, with like an embroidered pattern of misty mountains and cranes flying over it, and a silvery moon. It's gorgeous with a matching sash to boot, and that will be an extra 7 gold as well. So that's 14 gold in total.
Well, if it's made for you, it's made for you. No shaming
It's a
spending.
really hard way of saying I want to wear leather pants.
That was I was just very confused. All right. So for the men, is there anything you would like to do in the market district? Do you want to get yourself some clothes? Or do you want to make my life difficult and split the party?
Well, actually,
I'm trying to like very much railroad you into a direction right now, because I don't want to make as Mercer did with one of his guest stars, and then she ended up joining the session like 10 minutes before closing time. So
yeah,
We've noticed.
I'm fine with the railroading. It's fine.
just say.
You'd need some new fine clothes, or do you have something in that backpack of yours, Alduin?
Well, I'm wearing all the clothes that I already have, so it's basically that armor that I'm wearing underneath, and then the gambeson over it.
I can always introduce you as my manservant. Then it doesn't have to be that fancy.
At least make it like a bodyguard. Jeez, man. Jeez.
Servant.
At least make it a bodyguard. Damn. Well, you know, we could go for that play. Just have me be a bodyguard.
Yeah,
That could work.
it could.
That could work.
It would be unnecessarily complicated.
All right.
Yeah, sure. I'll just get some fine clothes. I'll just go to the same store that Lux and Brion have already been. We've just been.
This tailor is just over the moon today. He's really just talking at one sentence. It's almost like there's no stop. She's super busy. This is like a tailor on coffee and cocaine. She quickly starts measuring you, and as she is measuring you, she lets go of the measuring tape, and the measuring tape just continues on measuring you, just like shoving your nose up in the air as she picks out some fabrics. You've little to say almost in what she's picking out, unless you are shouting things that you want right now.
No. No. Alduin's not one. No.
Okay,
So we'll see what we end up with. You go for it.
You end up with a very lovely fitting dark emerald green suit with silver threading. It seems to be made of the same material as the little top that Lux has bought. I think she's using the rest of the fabric on you. There's no lace on you, however, and it looks quite snazzy. Matches your eyes, depending on which mutant gen you currently have.
Oh, currently not. So it's just the ordinary green eyes, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so you're all decked out and ready to party, and it's getting to 5, 6 o'clock, so you're a little bit early for Dios's dinner, but you could just head straight on to Dios and start your gambling lessons.
Shall we?
Sounds good.
Yes?
Have a dress over at Brion's or at Dios's.
Yep.
All right. So, there we go. So, you actually hear some lovely music coming from inside the second hand. You almost think it's some sort of a tavern or something. But as you open the door, Dios is standing in front of you. So, you are greeted by a curiously overdressed Dios and a grumpy-looking us cradling Alduini in his hands. In the middle of the room is this enormous, oversized gramophone, and from inside of it, there's this music magically filling the room with tunes and joyful cheer. Dios herself is dressed very seductively in a sparkling black sequin dress with an outrageously loud black sparkling wide-brimmed hat with a sparkling red and gold feathers on them. She's wearing a pair of spectacles on her nose and has another sparkling fanny pack around her waist that seems to be filled to the brim with curiously shaped objects. Well, it's time for the Daring Dios tutorial to diddling with gambling. Are you all ready?
I try and pass my hand through the head that she's wearing.
It just goes through.
There we go.
Nice. Looks messy though.
Well, sparkling.
Very nice.
Seems you've all done your shopping already. I'm quite happy. There's a black tie dress code at the casino. Secondly, you are technically not allowed any weapons in, so if you want to carry any arms, you have to hide them in such a way that they can't be seen by trained constructs that look out for armed guests. The rules are very strict, and if they find any weapons on you, you're out. They don't search you or anything, so I've managed to sneak a dagger inside once, as she winks and wiggles her hips. But a broadsword like that is not going to fit.
What's their opinion on magic?
Magic? Well, most things there are magic, but you know, don't whip your wand out or anything.
Keep it in mind.
Was that the only way you could have phrased that? Was that the only way, Dios, that you could have phrased that
There are
specifically?
multiple ways I could phrase that, but you know, like...
If I look around, do I see some bottles of wine already opened on the table?
Make a perception check.
I'm also guessing we can't really borrow armor under these clothes, in my case, right?
You do not see any bottles of wine, but you do see a very large bottle of whiskey, but that one's unopened.
Okay.
This is just Dios, happy that she finally gets to go out after popping out a baby. So, I'm guessing this is like her first time finally back at the casino. So, just letting you know, there's no negotiating in this place for, well, you know, both the Myriad and the Clasp frequent there, and these rules of no weapons or visible armor or anything like that is in place to prevent any brawls by unpleasantly unlucky guests. Not that that is needed. The place is crawling with constructs that could hold you and throw you out in a heartbeat. Really?
Well, reluctantly, Brion will leave her weapons, I think, at the second hand. Maybe in the room where we slept, or...
I can just let us log a chest out to your room, and then I'll give you a lock, so you can lock it yourself if you'd like.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Great. So are you all ready for your gambling lessons?
Oh, by the way, before I put my pack away, because I don't think I'll bring my entire pack, I'll stuff some rations in my pockets.
Okay. You have this beautiful suit, you're just putting some like slimy bacon in there.
Yep.
But also, how much did the clothes that I bought cost me?
That would also just be fine clothes, 15 gold, unless you haggle it down.
No. I will just have gone for that.
That's 1-5, so not 5-0, but 1-5.
No, 1-5. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah,
15.
15. Anyways, as per your gambling lessons, occasionally you hear a baby crying, and then Dios just shouts out, "Keep him quiet!" I heard her quiet, sorry. And us just occasionally comes into the room and then just has all these little amuses, like these little bits of food that were pre-prepared, deviled eggs, like a 70s Dutch party with cut sausages and blocks of cheese. Nice. Just that kind of stuff, Anyways, Dios explains, and this is very important. Keep your notes ready. This is important. You can play any game for a cost of 3 tokens that are available from the cashier in the place. Now, all manner of games can be played at the Carmine Clover Casino, including 3 Dragon Ante, dice, dragon chess, roulette, blackjack, and a cutthroat role-playing game called Papers and Paychecks. What shall we start with?
That was already too much for me. I didn't even remember the first one.
Let's start with a game that I've sort of heard about at the one point. 3 Dragon Ante. Let's go for that one first.
3 Dragon Ante. All right. She then goes into detail about 3 Dragon Ante at first, and eventually you guys move on to all the different games that are available, playing mostly through all of them. It all takes you hours of relentless losing to Dios, as she uses some homemade clay chips to play with. At the end, you all lose most of your chips to Dios, and she seems both proud and triumphant. You don't lose any money.
Okay.
Out of game, here are the rules for each game you intend to play at the casino. If you have proficiency with dice, Dragon Ante, or cards, it means that you can add your proficiency bonus to the roll. If it already has a proficiency bonus, you can add it twice. All games should involve 3 checks of at least a DC 12 or higher. Some games have higher stakes, better players, or something else going on, so then the DC will be higher. You can, for instance, for these 3 checks, use the following. You can use a history or a perception to suss out the rules of a game. You can use a perception or insight to analyze the opposition. You can use an investigation for careful play. You can use a deception for cagey bluffing. You can use a sleight of hand for cheating, or anything else that sounds reasonable and creative that you can come up with. Depending on how realistic it is, I'll adjust the DC. Does this make any sense?
Yep.
Yes.
So if we are, for instance, playing Dragon Ante chess, Alduin, you could use, just say something. What kind of check would you like to do the first round of this game?
I'm gonna try and read the person to see if I can figure out what he's planning.
Make an insight check on Dios to see if you can analyze her.
10.
10. There's just so much going on with her appearance right now. She's dazzling with her smile and her white rimmed hat and all the sparklings. You're having a really hard time just following her movements. So that is a failure. So for your second round, what would you like to do?
Let's see. I am going to remember back to the days that I used to play Dragon Chess while studying under one of my masters.
All right.
See and remember some good plays.
Make a history check.
Damn it.
It seems that Dios is playing far faster than you are currently capable of doing. And just everything's going so fast. It's just really hard to remember. Did the rook go straight or crooked? And what does the horse kind of thing do again? And the dragon, what movements? And at that point, it's already almost gone. So your third check.
I will look behind her and be like, Us, what are you doing with Alduini? To try and distract her and then use sleight of hand to move one of the pieces around, just for fun.
Alright, make a sleight of hand.
Oh, that I roll a bit higher on 13. Still terrible.
However, it seems that even though you did seem to successfully sleight of hand it, Dios just looks you straight in the eyes and says, no.
Alduin's also just laughing his ass off. He's not having a poker face at all, so.
It's fine, Alvin. Keep the luck for tonight.
She then starts explaining after this game. If you fail all the checks for a game, like you just did, you lose 3 tokens and you owe another 3.
Big.
If you fail more than half your checks, you lose your 3 tokens and you owe 1 token. If you succeed on all your checks, you keep your tokens and you gain 2 more. Did that all sink in?
Yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah, we were.
It's a great way to lose money, but if you are able to beat the odds and win more than 3 times in a row, yeah, you're baked. It's great. It's great. So, any more questions for Dios?
What will you be
do
playing
you...
tonight?
Let's looks first.
What will you be playing tonight? Do you have a favorite game?
I do, actually. I really enjoy Papers and Paychecks. I'm quite good at that. But I also really enjoy some roulette. Just, roulette, I'm really good at it. Especially the poor, pitiful men that are there that get dazzled by my appearance and my exoticness. None of them have really seen a goblin up close without them slitting their throat first. So yeah, it's great.
Any advice on what absolutely not to do?
Don't pull out weapons, don't attack the constructs, don't try steal money, don't try and steal the gems that are inside of the pillars and the ceiling as decoration and stuff. Believe me, I've seen someone try it before.
That sounds very specific. That sounds like a very specific thing to say, Dios.
Yeah.
That's a very specific thing to say.
So, how do we play roulette?
Same way with the 3 checks.
Right. Okay. Well
So
then,
literally is every game is
It's the
with
3
those
checks.
3 checks just to simplify the gambling
Yes.
for tonight.
And if you have proficiency, you can add it for a specific game, which I do not.
Yes.
So
like if you have a proficiency with dice, which some characters have, you have advantage on those checks. All right. So yeah.
so stuff our faces and go to the casino, I think.
Yes.
You now still have a moment to ask Dios about the casino, the rules, the things inside of there, if you want to. If not, we can continue on because the night's nearing, and you could be ready to go to the Velvet Kettle.
Dios, do you know who makes those mechanical? Who made that mechanical owl that Lux has?
Oh, I don't know. We just find it in the trash behind Lushan's School for the Gifted.
Right.
It's got a maker's mark on it, though. Maybe that's something you could figure out.
Right. Did we have a look at that previously already? I think we did, right?
We did.
Yeah.
What came out of that?
Nothing. We didn't know. We didn't know it was. I think.
But anybody here that could, find out who made this? Who this maker mark is from? Where
You
would we
tried
go?
that last time, but maybe you have some more luck at the casino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should head out.
Do you know if there's like a place in the casino where they talk shady business?
Yeah, pretty much
Yeah.
in every booth. Darling.
The entire casino.
Every booth, every tables, special rooms, most likely behind the big closed doors, which are Camille's office, but pretty much everywhere. Gambling is forbidden in Westruun, so there's a reason why it's underground.
Yeah, so they also speak about things kind of in the open.
Well, the music and the band is loud enough, and there's some special magic going around where it's very difficult to listen into conversations unless you're close enough. So it all just sounds like chatter, like a rumbling chatter all around you, like a cacophonous sound of just voices, and very difficult to discern unless you're close enough to discern the words.
Well, I might have a way around that. We'll see.
Yeah.
That sounds real annoying. Just like the idea of that, just continuous chattering around you that you can't discern. I think I would go like insane. Like actual me would go insane if that would happen.
Yep.
I
think we're ready.
So,
no?
quick check on our objectives for tonight. We are trying to find out who has any interest in starting a gang war between the Clasp and the Myriad, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do we have any other objectives tonight? I don't
Win
think
money.
besides figuring out
Yeah.
the make and mark, maybe.
Win money, right?
Right?
We money
I don't-
get rich. Theos is adjusting her fanny pack and is ready to go.
My OneNote is also not loading correctly.
Well,
This is
I'm going
fantastic.
to quickly change. So I'll go up, get all of the sticks out of my hair, freshen up. I'll wear the emerald earrings and my new clothes, and I'll leave pretty much everything behind except for the money and my very big shiny diamond.
Yeah, Alduin will also step aside, and he'll take off his swords, put all of his stuff in the chest. He'll take off his pack. He'll just bring like a small pouch with his money in it. Alduin will, by the way, only bring 25 gold.
25 gold, all right.
Yeah, the rest he will also leave in the chest. I will also write that down.
I will always still wear the necklace, by the way.
What necklace is that again?
It's my the archer symbol.
Oh yes, no problem.
Yeah,
I'll
so
just kind of put my pike away, and then my pack, my stuff. But I'll stuff a few rations in my pockets, and then I'll maybe put the pine cone in the pocket of my jacket.
All
My
right.
vest.
Who's
Yeah.
Carrying the watch?
I am carrying the watch.
All right. Is there anything else you want to leave behind?
I will bring the watch, and I will also bring only 25 gold and change my clothes. Let me see if I need anything else.
I also, of course, only have the ring on me because I can't take that off.
By the way, since you made me decide what Brion is wearing, she is wearing like a dark green suit, kind of
Wow.
fitted, and then with like a black shirt underneath and gold buttons.
I will also bring my wand of secrets.
All right. You look like brothers from another mother.
When Brion changes her clothes and I see her, my jaw just kind of drops. And she's just kind of staring.
Well, thank you, Lux. I think I like it too. It's something that
Alright.
fits, which is weird.
It is very well tailored. You all
It's
look stunning.
amazing.
So just for my information, Zanamin,
Yeah.
are your clothes that you're wearing, are they marked in your bag as fine clothes?
Fine clothes. One set
Awesome.
of fine clothes.
What do you look like?
I
Don't say
have
dark green.
That will be blue, probably.
Yeah, blue.
Starting to look
Yeah.
like my wedding palette, but go on.
Yeah.
Hey, you made this.
You asked us to do it. No, it's a very fancy bright blue suit.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
Bright blue, as in bright blue as my hair, bright blue? Or?
That bit darker, but yeah.
All right. Good. So all snazzed out and ready to go, you go towards the velvet kettle. And as per your information, Dill's not standing behind the counter. No, instead is a man who looks just enough like Dill to be called her father, apart from the fact that he looks grumpy, sullen, dressed in black, and like a meaner, uglier, pudgier version of Severus Snape from Harry Potter.
A meaner, grudgier.
Yes.
An even meaner version of Severus Snape. Right.
Yes. He's got like one glaze over white eye. And he seems to be incredibly busy just putting like broken glass bottles together and casting mending on them and then just sighing heavily as it's not always working. But Dios leads you all through as none of you are speaking and chuckling behind her back. She asks to purchase a clover. He looks up, spits in a kettle behind the counter and says, all right then, Joss, friends of yours. And then she just nods yes. And then he just leads her, you know the way. And then he just continues on doing what he was doing. Dios is just like, come on. And she's like super happy, super preppy. It's like her mood is just going up the closer she gets to the casino. So, she's opening up the door. I'll just show you on the map, which you might really enjoy. So, what she's basically doing is she's opening here, this door here.
Classically not really loading in for me.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay.
There it is.
She's leading all of you. Sorry, I'm just getting the other way. And she's leading all of you like inside, and then behind here in this corner is a trapdoor. The warehouse racks in this room are all on wheels, so she just cuts it away and then opens the trapdoor and leads you further down into the tunnel.
Okay.
As you pass through the doors, hidden away behind the storage cabinets inside of the Velvet Kettle, you suddenly enter a world of opulence. You go through these thick curtains in this very long hallway, and then each curtain just opens up and you expect to find something there, but it's just these beautifully wallpapered halls with sconces on either side. And then suddenly, as you expect, nothing behind the next curtain anymore apart from a new curtain, it suddenly does open up to a large room. Glass chandeliers fill a huge open chamber with a brilliant light. It's just absolutely beautiful. The floors are carpeted, the walls are decorated with expensive brocade wallpaper that glistens and glitters underneath these chandeliers. Every wall is decorated with scrolls painted with images of carmine red clovers bearing the letter C. Dark wooden beams span the vast ceiling, which glitters with thousands and thousands of tiny little gems. Thinking back on that story from the off that you probably tried to steal some of those gems from those beams. The center of the area holds a sunken gambling pit that is packed with people, sitting in red leather upholstered chairs around tables covered in green velvet. To one side of the hall is a stage where 3 harpists play. This is the wrong music.
I was gonna say, howdy, partner.
Yeah.
Where did we end up today?
To one side of the hall is a stage where 3 harpists play, surrounded by a lounge with comfortable chairs and small tables. Beyond that is the bar, and a door presumably leading to a kitchen, as you see steam and smokes and scents coming from beyond those doors. A sign to your right indicates the powder room, while another to your left indicates tokens.
I immediately forget to fit in and start kind of elbow poking the others. Wow, look at that. And just pointing stuff out.
You point to the far left where there's a fortified iron door sealed with a large lock, which seemed to grab your attention. You also notice that the center of the full wall features another set of double doors. And you see that the clientele here are a mix between the landed gentry, some disheveled nobility, and rich merchants of Westruun and beyond. You see an occasional farmer in his nicest clothes, surrounded by swanky girls swooning over him. And as you take it all in, a construct wearing a red uniform with a high collar and a crisp-looking hat approaches you. Welcome at the Carmine Clover Casino. May I present to you the cashier where you can purchase your tokens? Or could I offer you one of our complimentary beverage, the Westruun Whoopie Winner? It is filled with our own brand of rum and lots of fruit juice.
Thank you. I
For
guess.
sure. I would like that.
Not for me, thanks.
Yeah.
Make a perception check, Lux, as you are actively looking around in this room to see if there's anything that catches your attention. All right. Actually, you do notice some things, not everything, but you see that a lot of constructs work the floor, but there's too many for you to count. You see dealers, bartenders, waitstaff, and entertainment. Many of them are human-sized. What you do notice is that all patrons are gambling in a frenzy, arguing with one another over tokens and swearing that the next game will be the big one. Most of them are drinking heavily. There's one particular game that stands out to all of you. It seems that someone is winning a lot of money, and some constructs are coming over to calm the emotions of what looks to be some landed gentry losing quite a lot of gold to a human woman with short black hair that falls in a straight fringe around her bright smiling face. She's dressed in a long black dress that hugs her fair-skinned body tight with a split all the way up to the start of her thigh. Her green eyes sparkle with joy at her winnings, and you see a small tattoo of a little black dagger on her left temple. Dios, at this point, waves the construct down, looks over, and looks at the same scene that you're looking at, Lux. Yeah. I'm a regular, you big piece of metal. Sorry, guys, I see someone I have not seen in a very long time, and she sure is a sight for sore eyes. Come follow me, and I'll introduce you to my frenemy. We can buy them chips later.
Looks like she's making friends.
So, at this point, a lot of things have happened. So, what are your characters doing?
Really
I'll
honest.
get my drink. My free drink.
You want to purchase? You want to get one of your free drinks?
Yeah, he was offering them, right?
Yes. There's a platter on the construct's hand with looks like to be like like one of those tiki bar cups with like a zombie face or something like that. But instead of a zombie face, it looks to be like a really bad representation of a robot. And it's going up, and then inside is like an umbrella and a piece of pineapple. It's very, very frivolous.
I grab one and I'll follow Dios.
All right.
Brion
you have your
is
Westruun Whoppie Whammer.
Brianna's is mostly just jaw dropped, looking at all the things happening, all the different people. It's very overwhelming for Brion, but at the meantime, she tries to keep her posture. So it's like a very broad walking half-orc, kind of like that.
As soon as Dios sees that, she just grabs your hand and leads you through, just hoping that you won't bump into anything.
That's cute.
All right.
Yeah, I'll just for now just follow Dios.
Right. Xanamin, would you like your complimentary beverage?
I would like very much to have my complimentary beverage, and I guess I'll go grab some tokens.
All right, so you're going towards the cashier, which is in a different place. So you're not following the rest of the party. All right.
No.
So with your Western Whoopie Wemmer in hand, you go towards the cashier.
I like that name. It's very good.
Had so much fun. So Dios is like, so here's Annie Grimes, a delightful ditz from Animon, who occasionally graces us with her self in Westruun, with her presence. She looks at Annie and then looks around like, where's that vision of a sister of yours? I still have a commissioned necklace waiting for her at my place. I must say it's one of my best work. How are you doing, darling?
Hey Dios, let's get into that later a bit. As you can see, I'm winning big.
Yes, you've got the constructs here to calm the emotion of the losers over there.
Well, there can only be one winner. Who are these? Friends of yours?
Yes, actually. Well, come on. And she just looks around. Well,
Yeah, I immediately just step forward and stretch out of my hand. Hello, I'm Lux.
Annie?
Shaking it very happily. Congratulations!
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Brion.
Can you also describe what your character looks like as you extend your hand, guys?
Oh, right. Lux, you
So
go
Lux-
first.
Yeah, what do you look like as you extend your hand to Annie Grimes?
Yeah, you see a young elven, probably wood elf lady. She has this really long, pale, silvery hair in multiple braids behind her. Well, you know what she wears today. And she's just all beaming smiles and happy to be here, kind of distracted at the same time, looking around at everything.
Right. So, and very awkwardly smiling whilst trying to still hide her tusks a little bit with her bottom lip is a pretty big half-orc woman, burly, though she looks very, very snazzy today in her suit, with gold piercings and tusk rings all over her face and dark brown dreadlocks tied behind her head. And she is littered in like battle scars.
Wow.
But she's trying to look as soft as possible, and she's very awkwardly smiling all the time.
From next to her steps a human man who also shakes your hand. Hi, Eldwin. Nice to meet you. Kind smile. The first thing you immediately notice are his green cat-like eyes. Even though he is human. He has black hair that's like pulled back into like a ponytail, and there's like white like peppered through it. He also has a beard with also the same like white like striping on like the edges of his chin. But the second thing is that you also notice that while he's like smiling kindly at you while shaking your hand, he also seems to be like completely analyzing you at the same time, like completely like checking who is this person, what do they do.
Make a perception check. Or an insight check.
Insight,
depending
yeah.
on what you want to do. All right.
That's what I was fishing for. There we go. It's sort of what he does. 19.
19, that's pretty good.
Don't worry, he always
You-
gives
The
you
first
weirdness.
impression of like, what is this person? Who is this person?
All right. Well, one of the first things that you notice is that she very expertly moves her winnings into her back, but you did notice from a distance that it's hundreds of gold that she just won in that game. So something about her makes her really good at gambling. But also she's very swift and sleight of hand as she moves her gold into pouches you seemingly don't notice in that dress. It's like almost as if she slips it between the slit on the side of her dress. Can you also make a perception check at the same time for me as well?
I will. 1 moment.
And you also notice with like an analyzing gaze that she does have some scars here and there on her skin, though very nicely smoothed over with makeup. Only someone with a good insight could see some of that. Now there would have been a perception check actually. You don't see the scars, but Lux sees them, so I'm just gonna say that Lux saw them. You notice from her demeanor that she's she has a very bright and intelligent eyes, and she's very lean built and seems to be quite balanced in some way or form. She is charismatic in some way. And you don't think she usually frequents these places. She seems far less exuberant like Dios for the game itself. There's a serious note to her, something dark. She fakes it well, though.
Unless it's someone like Alduin who can just read people by just looking at them, no one would know. Basically.
No, it's just you've met people before, and she's seen some things.
Yeah, you see that look underneath her eyes, basically.
Yeah. The same look that you have. You feel a kinship.
A kinship. Yeah.
Don't worry about him. He always throws these weird looks.
I was just about to say, he's been staring at me for like a minute now.
He's weird like that.
I'm sorry. It's a thing that I do. I'm a trained hunter of sorts. And when I meet someone new or something new, I analyze it immediately. It's a tick.
How interesting.
I'm a trained hunter, he said in the bar.
There's this point where you do notice that when you try and hear other people's conversations, you just hear like the same chatter that the Sims do, like, oh god,
Siblings. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Been playing way too much Sims.
Right.
And I believe that just leaves you.
He's not here.
I'm not here.
Oh, he's not there.
Simon isn't here. Sorry, he was
ran
like,
away.
I don't need to meet someone new. So, Sanamin, give me 1 second. Just going
Yes.
to. Okay. You see a construct in a slinky dress. It's a very curious sight, by the way. Behind the cashier window, offering tokens for use at the table. There's a clear plate next to it that says each token costs 5 gold. As you talk to her, she also suggests that, well, we also have super lucky tokens. They are at the low cost of 10 gold per piece.
Since I also only brought 25 gold, let's buy 5 tokens.
Okay.
Hand over the pouch.
You buy 5 tokens, and you notice that these tokens are made of copper, covered with a thin layer of gold, and stamped on top of them is a clover. Make a perception check for me, please.
The perception check. There.
Be better. There we go.
Very good. You stare at the token as you're standing in front of the cashier, and the construct is talking to you. Is that all, sir? Is that all, sir? As you suddenly you get hit with the sudden realization that it looks almost identical to the marks on the small construct compass and all, weren't it, for a few changes. The coins have 4-leafed clovers and the letter CC, whereas the constructs you carry have a 3-leafed clover and the letters EC.
As in 80 watts.
Yes,
See?
as in Edward, alias, something like that. But so it seems that the coins have like carmine clover, CC, and it's like a 4-leafed clover. And the construct has a 3-leafed clover with an E, Edward, C.
They must be very related. Now that I have my tokens, guess I'll head back towards the rest of the group. Can I find them in the crowd?
It's not that crowded. There are tables everywhere, and there are people at each table, but you can still move around quite easily. So, like, it's not like a football stadium in 2018.
No.
It's more like a football stadium 2020, but no, just kidding. 1.5 distance. No, there's enough space. So you have to like think of like a nice speakeasy bar instead of a crowded pub in England.
Yeah. Okay.
And did any? Sorry. You go.
Yeah. I'll head back to them, and I'll tap Alduin on the shoulder and hold up one of the tokens.
You actually butt in at the same time as all of the pleasantries are exchanged between all of you, and Dios is once again asking Annie, so where's your sister? Like, I've not seen you in such a long time. Are you okay? You doing well? Are you coming over to pick up your necklace? It's already paid for. It was great. And she's just talking one go. Like, she's missed you.
Well, to be honest, Dios, that's actually the reason that I'm here. Something's happened. And well, I was hoping to find some information here.
Oh, well, we're looking for information as well. Maybe we can help each other.
Wow, that sounds like a very fortunate and not at all.
What a string of events!
Crazy random happenstance.
Whoa!
Of course, I'm in your debt, and I will always help you out. What can I do for you? By the way, you look different. You look
less fat,
skinnier.
Yeah, pop that one. Left it at us.
Ah. Are you sure about that?
What?
Well, don't you want to be with it?
What? No. Why would I? It screams and poops and eats all the time. No, I'm glad us is taking it over for the night. Called it Alduini. Because, like, that guy, Alduin, actually helped us deliver. Yeah?
Wow.
Yeah, we were at the right place at the wrong time.
Wow, it's right time.
You weren't there. I don't know what would have happened.
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing, and I hope to meet him.
Oh, yeah,
Her.
sure, you can come over. Like, at the end, we actually were able to buy a shop. Annie, I've got my dream. I've got a shop, I've got a house husband, and a kid that I don't need to take care of. It's great. I'm making jokes. I jest. I love her to bits, really.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, I'm really happy for you anyway, Dios. You mentioned that you were looking for some information. Is that why you've got this party of
Actually, I'm not looking for information. They are, and I just taught them how to gamble.
She definitely did.
She's a great teacher.
Yeah.
Oh,
Are
we're
you
not sure
guys,
about that yet. Just got to see how you guys fare first.
Are you guys up for a game then?
Well, I don't
Xanaman,
have,
you got
I
some
don't have
points.
tokens yet, but
Tokens are expensive.
they are.
Yeah, it's 5 gold a token.
Oh,
Good.
You
shit.
need 3 to play a game.
That's a lot.
That's
What's
a lot.
the M question? Was Annie playing with tokens or with actual gold?
Tokens.
No, Annie.
Annie is
Annie.
playing with tokens.
Okay, yeah.
So she has like hundreds worth of tokens in her possession right now.
Okay, I will run over to the counter and buy. Let's start with 3 coins. Let's do it safe.
I'll go with her
Alright.
and I'll buy 3.
So that's 15 gold then. Would you like to buy a extra lucky token of 10 gold?
No, thanks. No.
What does it do? Why is it lucky?
It brings you luck.
That
I feel pretty lucky already, but thank you.
All right.
all right, no problem. Have a nice day.
Which is 15 gold worth of tokens, which are 3 tokens in total.
Right.
I will also do that. Me also do the thingy.
And then we'll play a game.
You do notice. Oh yeah. So for those drinks, are you drinking the drinks?
Oh, I definitely am.
I'm not.
It's amazing. You love it. After one drink, you already feel quite tipsy. So like your inhibitions are lowered a little bit. And you're feeling all, yeah, woo! And then another construct comes by and says, "Hello, sir. Would you like another complimentary drink?"
No, I'm fine. Thank you.
I'll take one.
All right.
Mine
Here's
isn't
a.
finished yet, but I'll grab one later.
What did I go? Here's a Western Whoppy Whammer! And you notice the drinks are being handed out for free to everyone the whole time. Everything with like all kinds of different cocktails and stuff like that.
Nice.
Do I notice if Annie is drinking those drinks? Yeah. She's
No, I don't
Not.
With a 9 and in the short time you are here, you've not noticed anything. She seems to be drinking some water or something.
Yeah, Annie's drinking soda water with lime.
In a martini glass. So it looks like she's drinking.
Like a fake gin and tonic.
Yeah, fake gin and tonic. Yeah. So, what would you guys like to do? Where would you like to go? Which game would you like to play? Are you staying together or are you splitting the party and giving me a headache?
Is there a game we could play with the 5 of us?
Yes, you can join any game with the 5 of you.
Shall we do that? Let's do that.
Practiced the 3 Dragon Ante, so let's just.
You
play that.
practice all games.
Yeah.
Let's do that one. It sounds good.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I join you guys so I can like catch up with Dios in the meantime for a little bit?
Sure.
Yeah, no problem.
Great.
Yeah, please. Where did you guys met? Did you meet here? Did you meet here in the casino?
No, and I think that's a story for another time.
Right.
Okay.
You see Dios just chuckling to herself as she is sipping a drink, though not the drinks that are being handed out. She's gone and went back again with what looks to be a similar drink to Annie's. All right. So
I won't be playing the first round. I'll just be watching Annie and seeing how she plays, how she does it.
All right. Each game has 3 rounds, so not playing the first round is not playing a game.
I'm not playing the game then, I
Oh,
guess.
yeah, okay. I'm just saying. So a game is 3 rounds. So yeah, you join a table with some other people around it. You see a very old dwarf-looking fellow. His clothes, though once probably looking quite fine, are a bit tattered, but it still could fit the bill of black tie. Because he's wearing a black tie, though maybe more grey. He's got very rough grey skin and tall for a dwarf at 5'2" and a massive build. He's got like a very soft face with a very long moustache that curls up at the ends in like corkscrew twisters. And he has 2 tiny piercings on his right brow and 4 piercings on left eyebrow.
I like him already.
Are you joining the game? That was a deep voice. That wasn't a deep voice.
I am.
Are you joining the game?
You want to play a game?
Yeah. So occasionally you hear him, oh, and then.
I'd like to join.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So
I mean-
when this particular NPC gets excited, the voice just goes back to yes, and then he remembers
Yes.
and tries to go deep again. So yeah, so Dragon Auntie. All right, so 3 rounds of play and it's getting excited. This mountain dwarf fellow seems to be very much into this game and he's already putting forth his 3 tokens on the table. Who's joining?
I am.
All right, so you all put 3 tokens forth on the table. For the first round, what check would you like to do? Just tell me, like, I don't know, I want to do a performance check and then tell me how you're using performance to do this thing in the first round. Does that make sense? All right,
does.
so what would you like to use?
I'd like to think back on today's practice rounds. And I'd like to make a history check for that. If I
All right,
maybe-
well, make a history check then, please. Nice. You're
Let me
doing
guess.
extremely well, remembering all of the rules like a beautiful mind. It's all coming past you, and you're like going over it.
Let us flicker around my face. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just. I'm giving you advantage for the next round as well.
Great. Thank you.
Nice.
All right. So, Annie, what would you like to use?
I would like to investigate the possible future moves in my head, kind of like in the Queen's Gambit, how she looks at the ceiling and she goes like,
Yeah, no problem. Roll an investigation check.
all right.
So you see both of them now looking at the ceiling like
26.
It's like brother and sister almost. These two are just with their brilliant minds just all right, you also succeed your first check. Now Alduin, you're joining as well.
Yeah, I am like looking like at everyone, like analyzing every player in here, which is Alduin's
All
standard
right.
move.
Make an insight check.
19 all high rolls. Not as high as you guys, but
It's not as high
Still
as
good.
them, but you do see that all of them are really busy thinking about moves and all that kind of stuff. So you kind of have a feeling that you're up against very analytic opponents up until the moment you look at the dwarf who has introduced himself as Gita Bottlehelm. And he's just shaking vigorously. That was shaking the dice vigorously and then rolling it onto the table with like an extreme force that it just makes dents into the green velvet. It's like he's using all of his strength, just throwing into it, like with a raging force. And he rolls so badly He's almost like, I'm using my strength for this one. But it's not working out because the dice fall off the table, and apparently the rule is when the dice falls off the table, you lose. So he's like, ah! I mean, So yeah, you all succeed except for your opponent Gedda,
Great.
which he confirms it's a male name.
I'll squeeze in next to Annie and sit a bit too close for comfort, maybe. And I'll be just like, oh, why are you doing that? Oh. And I'll just try ask her things.
You trying to distract her? Because that's very distracting.
No, I'm not distracting. I'm not trying to distract her. I'm being genuinely interested in what she's doing, but don't really know the proper way to act in a casino.
For the
I
next
chuckle.
round, you all have one success, except for Geddy, he has one failure. So for the next round, what would you like to use? Cinnamon.
I would like to look at my dice and see if I can find any imperfections on them that I might be able to exploit.
All right, investigation check.
Nice.
They seem to be perfectly made, and there are no imperfections you can exploit. So when you roll, unfortunately, it's not really giving you much. So that's one failure.
No, you did
that a
have
failure?
No, he had
advantage.
advantage. He had advantage,
You
right?
have
You have an
advantage.
advantage. Yeah,
Oh,
because I
you
crit it
pick up.
last time.
Oh, no problem. You pick up Gita's dice, who were chipped so vigorously during his hard throw, I'm able to exploit that chip.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Thank you for reminding me you have advantage. So yeah, you use Gita's dice and you roll perfect sixes. It's just all perfect. Annie.
All right, quick question. If I'm proficient in using a dice set, do I add?
No, because there's a proficiency for Dragon Ante specifically.
All right, just checking.
We're just
Okay.
saying it's play with dice right now, but I believe
Yeah.
the Dragon Ante is.
I think it's a
game.
card game.
It's a
Yeah.
card game. Yeah.
So, but just,
So that's why it got me a little confused. But that's
forget about it. The cards look perfect. No, it's just.
We're all playing
Alright.
different games. Someone's throwing dice, someone's playing cards,
Games.
someone's playing chess.
okay. I would like to. We're playing with cards, right? Or
No
dice?
dice. No
Okay,
dice.
dice.
Playing with dice right now.
Then I would like to use sleight of hand to quickly shake out my own dice.
All right,
From
no problem.
my
Use
sleeve.
sleight of hand, yeah. If you fail on this one, that could have repercussions.
Straight up cheating.
Please don't fail.
And Cinnamon, you have advantage on the next one as well with the natural 20 again.
Yes.
It's a 10.
No! Oh no!
So, the 10, does that pass the passive perception of any of you?
No. It doesn't even pass mine, which is 11.
No.
No. No.
Definitely
You
not once.
all see Annie rolling these dice out onto the table.
Could I
How is
help
it?
her by? Could I done something to kind of hide it for her because I'm
What
all
would you
up on,
do?
on our business?
What would you
Maybe pretend like I just kind of bumped into her or something like that.
Make a performance check. Or deception. You can pick.
I don't think it matters.
Oof.
Right?
Oof.
Oh no! However, get us passive perception.
No, it's not going to be lower than a 10, right? That means he has a minus on his perception.
It is a 10.
Oh my god.
So he sees these dice roll out, and then he just picks one up, and he's like,
I try to, before he says anything, I try to like flash a gold piece under the table, and I'll like wink, and I'm insinuating that if he lets it slide, then I'll pay him.
Oh, I love playing D&D with you, Erin.
Sorry, a what?
persuasion.
14.
You see him just pause a little bit longer, as in looking at the gold coin and just like,
I'll add a couple more until there's like 10 pieces there. 15 pieces!
he puts the dice down. You lose this round.
Yeah. And I slide over a little bag of 15 gold coin
So he
to him.
grabs it and puts it in his pocket.
Oh man.
I whisper into Annie's ear, "What are you doing? I've never been here before, but I've heard they get really angry when you..."
Shh, we're not getting kicked out.
I'm sorry.
Right now.
Gita, however, rolls again with great force onto the table, using a new set of dice that he gets from the table itself, and wins this time with such force it seems to. Now for the third and final round.
Hey, hold up. It's my turn.
Sorry, Aldwin. Thank you.
Alduin's going to use. He's also going to now think back to the practice games. He's going to do.
Okay, history.
Come on! God damn it!
That's a failure. All right, so 2 natural 20s for Xenamin, 1 win and 1 failure for Annie, 1 win, 1 failure for Alduin, and 1 failure, 1 win for Gedda. Last round. Gedda's dice just get thrown into the table again with great force. They don't fall off the table, but they come up really badly, and he's like, and he loses. Yeah, so he loses his 3 tokens, and he has to put another 4th token onto the table. As a construct comes by and collects the in the middle of the table. Sorry. Now, Xenamin, what do you want to use? Because you can win the pot with this particular game.
Yeah, I'm. Oh God. I kind of want to roll an intimidation check, but I don't know how I can do this. Just because.
Because you have to roll against me?
You can just say you're all pussies and I'm gonna win. Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's a great one. Yeah, you are all pussies and I'm gonna win.
Right, roll an intimidation check.
With
Sorry,
advantage
Robin.
again? With advantage again, because the last one was a natural 20, or just straight up?
Yes, with advantage again. And I think it's very fitting that you can intimidate them because you won so well. Twice. So you win overwhelmingly again. Annie.
I'd like to investigate my options.
All right. What sort of options would you like to investigate?
I I'm imagining that like the number of eyes count, and then we need to make sort of like a decision based on that, like keeping dice and putting away dice and stuff. So I'm like counting and out the number of eyes, and then checking like, okay, do I keep this? Do I keep that? I'm weighing out those options.
Yeah, make an investigation check.
22.
All right, that's a success. So you have 2 successes, 1 failure. You owe 4 tokens at the end of this game.
On top of the ones that I already...
No, wait, give me 1 second. So you have 2 successes and 1 failure.
I think you just lose the 3 tokens, right? At that point.
If a character fails more than half their checks. Oh, no, you get your 3 tokens back, but you don't win anything.
Awesome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then Aldwin.
Aldwin is going to use his extensive knowledge of the nature of things and feel the weight of the dice and analyze the gravity that is currently affecting this place.
That would
To
be
specifically
an
know. No, it's his knowledge of nature. Like he's like feeling the weight, he's like knowing like gravity, how it works, and he's just kind of like.
It's not plants and stuff though.
Nature is everything. It's also how things are, like gravity.
Just
DM sucks. DM sucks.
And then you know everything.
No. It's not that, because that would be more like science, gravity and stuff like that. So I would say that's more an intelligence-based.
Nature is intelligence-based.
Yeah. Well.
I'll use my arcane knowledge then of how things work in the arcane.
You
Go
can use
religious
nature, because
route.
arcane is even more stupid.
It's a 9. So what is your problem?
Fine. You fail. So that's 2 failures, 1 success.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so you hand in 4 tokens. Gedda also loses again, hands in 4 tokens. Annie, you don't lose, don't win anything. And that's then 4 is 8 plus 4 is 12. Zenemin, you win 12 tokens and get your tokens back.
12. I win an additional 12. That's
and an
awesome.
additional 12, yes.
Yeah, great.
So that's
I'm
12
rich.
times 5 is how much?
16.
I had 5 tokens and I got another 12, so that's 70 tokens. 17.
Yeah, but I mean, 12 times 5 is 70 gold you just won from a game.
Yeah.
And at this point, guys, we're all going to take a break.
All right.
I wanted to take the break right after the game, Robin, so I'm sorry it's
No.
taking a little bit too long.
I just had to do what I had to do. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right. We will be back in 15 minutes. See you guys later.
And we're back.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Right before the break, we saw that Zenemin was very successful in a beautiful mind kind of manner, assessing the game and looking at his opponents and really making everyone's, except Annie's, pockets a lot lighter. And Gida's silence was bought.
Okay.
So it's at this point where Brion and Lux notice that Dios is no longer amongst you.
Lux, have you seen Dios leave?
Did I see her go?
Make a perception check.
I wouldn't have been paying attention to it, especially. It would just be, did I see her leave during the game, or?
That's why I'm asking you to make a perception check, because your passive perception wasn't really... You did not see her leave. No. And as you're looking around, you don't really see her anywhere close.
She might be off to her favorite game, the one she told us about.
Right. Yeah. We'll just keep our eye out, I think. Let's hope nothing's wrong.
Well,
I bet she's having a blast. I mean, she was really looking forward to tonight.
Yeah.
it's not like Dios, though, to leave a game like this.
No, she was really excited.
No, to be fair, that's more something her husband would do.
Yes, it is. Maybe I should look around. I'm high up.
As you're looking around, make a perception check as well.
I clicked it, right? Right.
A 14. You see a lot of inebriated patrons who are too focused on their gambling to talk to any of you. But you do notice slot machines at the far end on one side of the gambling pit. It features banks of strange clockwork machines, each with a large red lever and a slot for tokens. And on one of them, you hear the cackling, screeching laughter of Dios when you hear like, and then just this barrage of coins just streaming out, just as copper is flowing out of one of these machines that Dios is standing in front of. She looks up, looks around, looks eyes at you, Brion, and then she's like, come, like as in to say, I need help.
I think Dios is leading us over at those weird machines there. She's pulling something and there's money coming out.
See? She's having a blast.
But I think she wants us over, so I mean, your game is done. I don't know if Annie, do you have any unfinished business?
Well, not with the game, no. I'd like to join you.
Yeah, sure. Let's find deals then.
You see Geda just stand up and move towards Xenamin. And he's just holding Xenamin a little bit back as he's trying to start a conversation with Xenamin. Is the rest of you following Brion down to the slot machines?
Alduin's keeping an eye on Xenamin.
Right.
I'll follow.
Can I help you?
Sorry, what did you say, Lux? One moment, Xenamin.
I'll follow Brion and Annie.
All right. So, Annie, Brion, and Lux are going towards Dios, who, whilst you notice right now, is moving just bulks and bulks of copper coins into her small fanny pack. And as you're watching this happen, that fanny pack should be way too small for that amount of coins. But she just managed to shove it in and in and in. It's just so much, and it all fits into that tiny little fanny pack.
She's not playing slot machines. She's playing pachinko. Which is even worse.
Yeah, it is kind of like pachinko, yeah.
That's a very interesting bag, Dios.
I'm so glad that you're recognizing some of the Japanese.
Oh, you guys look! If you don't know what like a pachinko parlor looks like, you guys need to go look that shit up on YouTube because it's amazing. You think slot machines are bad? These are worse.
Yeah. So Dios is playing a game that very much looks like pachinko. So, anyways, Xenamin, as all of this is happening right now, and they are literally helping all of these tiny copper coins into Dios's small fanny pack, as she's holding it open, she's just shove it in, it will fit. She's just holding it open, and she's instructing you all to just put the coins into her fanny pack. Gida is like coughing his throat again, trying to get his low voice instead of the high one, and says, I haven't seen you around this place here before. You're really good at Dragon Ante. Played before?
I never had played before. I guess it's just beginner's luck. we're passing through the village, and we wanted to play a game.
Oh yeah. So, the first time Western?
Yes, first time indeed.
Oh, I thought that you were one of them students, you know, from the school.
Well, I am. Different school, though. Not in this town.
Oh, which school?
The university.
Which university?
Looking off my bio.
Vigorously scrolling.
Vigorously scrolling.
You see
The
someone
Lyceum.
looking...
The Lyceum.
The Lyceum. Oh yes, the Lyceum. We don't have that here. We've got the school from Songloshan. But with the color of your robes, I actually thought you were part of the observatory, perhaps.
Observatory? What do they do?
Well, you have the Humanor Observatory, and you also have the Cobalt Reserve. I think the college you're wearing is part of the Cobalt Reserve. But yeah, I just thought you were one of them smart people.
I don't like to brag, but I like to think of myself as smart.
Well,
And
would
you?
you like to? Oh, I actually. My name is Gida Bottlehelm. And I'm a weaver.
Weaver?
Yes, a weaver. Oh well.
As
I
in the
weave.
robes, making.
Robes, yes.
Ah,
Well, not
fabric.
necessarily robes. I make fabric. I actually weave carpets.
ah. And how is life in the carpet business? Just making small talk.
It used to be quite well, but with all of these airships going round, there isn't that much demand in flying carpets nowadays.
Okay, that might be difficult.
Yes, I've been called my carpets are too slow and can't carry enough weight, and then he just starts complaining about his business.
And how about thinking of going to luxury carpets?
Well, what sort of luxury can I
wouldn't know.
add to a carpet? It's
extra.
been like this for hundreds of years. Why do people's tastes change? I once had a woman come in and she said that the design of my carpet wasn't good enough. The nerve! This is the design my great-grandfather used.
Have you tried, color options? Some
That's what my daughter said as well.
some chrome on the edges.
Cup holders.
Exposed engine.
Heavier.
I
Wow.
try and look back to Eldwin and Zeneman. Can I still read their lips, or do I feel like whatever is influencing sound also has an influence on my
Actually-
ability to read lips?
You can read their lips, no problem.
Okay.
It is only affecting sound.
Good to know.
And it's at this point, Zeneman, where Gida say, well, I have a game later on that I have an invitation for. I was wondering if you might be interested to join me as my second.
What sort of game are we talking about?
It's a high-stakes dice game.
I don't know if I am quite the right person to do that.
It's a pity. It's hundreds of gold to be won. You seem to be quite good at Dragon Ante.
Well, like I said, it's just luck.
Well, luck is all you need, isn't it?
When is this game of yours?
It's in about 30 minutes. And it's right behind those doors. And you see that there are many doors.
Yeah.
on the sides that lead to all these different chambers. But as he points to a wall that's just wallpapered, as soon as he points towards it, there's this faint illusion shimmering away, and you see a door. It needs to be pointed out before you notice that it is a door.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me think about it. I'll join my friends for now, and I'll get back to you in a bit
Alright,
if I
well-
want to join.
Well, leave the woman cheating in this particular game. Will
I
not
will,
result in just simply being thrown out.
I will make sure she knows this.
Right. Well, it was very nice talking to you, and I hope we can share a drink later, even though if you do not want to join me, I'd hope to just see you again. It was a joy playing with you. Really, I liked it a lot.
Oh, thank you very much. I enjoyed it as well. I turn around and walk to the rest of... I catch up with Alduin, actually. And I take out one of the coins, one of the tokens that we purchased and I won. And I tell him,
Alright.
does that not look familiar to you?
Just give me 1 second. So it's at this point where Dios and Brion and Lux have finally finished moving all the copper coins from the slot machine into her fanny pack. And then she moves the whole group towards this cubby. It's kind of like, how do I say this? Like a 50s American diner, table and chairs.
Like a booth.
Like a booth. That's the word I was looking for. It was a very nice booth with these glass screens that very much give you, like these frosted glass screens that very much give you the sense of privacy that some groups might really need. Immediately you're being approached by some constructs who are offering drinks or very salty nuts so that you get thirsty. It's just lots of amenities are being offered towards you. You can even purchase some hookah, which is a pipe that you can smoke.
It's a shisha bar. Okay.
If you might be interested. So yeah, you're all sitting there. Alduin, you were standing a little ways away, just keeping an eye on the conversation between Xanamin and the dwarf. And as the dwarf walks away, Xanamin approaches you, and you're standing in the middle of this gambling pit, surrounded by all these booths and tables of people gambling everywhere.
Yeah. Have you taken a look at one of those tokens in detail?
No, I kind of just lost them all.
I hand him one of my tokens, and
Right. We were talking as we were walking to the rest of the group, by the way.
Yes.
All right, it doesn't take you long. It's just a few seconds, and then you are joined by the group as Alduin is looking at the token right now. I also have to remind you that Alduin isn't as familiar with the Maker's Mark on the Construct Watch as you are, Xanamin.
Did I bring? I didn't bring the watch.
You did bring the watch. You specifically mentioned you brought the watch.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Then I have it, and I just take it out, not trying to draw any attention to it. And look, it's familiar.
I will look at the coin and the watch, and we'll compare the Maker's Mark, as Xanamin is pointing out to me. My knowledge of like Maker's Marks will generally extends to weapons, but I do see that they are very similar. But that the name is different, and that it's 3 clovers on the. It was 3 clovers on the construct, right?
I describe it to you once more.
Okay.
The clover stamped tokens are made of copper, covered with a thin layer of a gold material. It looks almost identical to the marks on the small construct compass and owl, weren't it for a few changes. The coins have 4 leafed clovers and the letters CC, whereas the constructs you carry have a 3-leafed clover and the letters EC. So it looks like it isn't a copy, but more one was the inspiration for the other.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, my compass also has that make mark?
No. Where did you get your compass from again? Sorry.
Also from us. It was the compass with the different realms, but didn't work on ours.
Also has a maker's mark, yes. That's why
Interesting.
I put the compass. So it's the compass, the watch, and the owl.
They might be related. If these letters are the initials, they might have the same surname, or well, it's just theory.
Yeah.
It might be a family emblem.
Dios. She's here, yeah. Does
She's just like
Carmine
counting coins right now.
does Carmine Clover have siblings?
I don't really know that much about Carmine Clover. Maybe some of the other gamblers here in the den. I've heard some rumors here and there. Some things are just outrageous gossip.
Do I know anything about Carmine Clover?
Well, you have gambled twice now at a table before the party came in. So you can learn 3 pieces of information for each game you play. So I would like you to roll 2 perception checks, 1 for each game.
Natural 20.
Nice, that's the first game.
And an 8.
Okay. The second game, you were too busy winning, but with the first game, you did pick up some things. Reminding you, these are rumors that people gambling in this gambling den are saying. So if they're true, you don't know. But Carmine Clover Casino has been in operation for over 10 years. Before the casino was built, the cavern it was carved out of was once used in the Chroma Conclave attacks as a hideout for the people of Westruun.
Oh.
When Camille Clover, Carmine Clover arrived, she offered the unemployed Westruun population a job building her casino and minting tokens. When the casino was complete, she fired her initial workforce, but offered each of them a starter set of tokens as a severance package. The Westruun builders and carpenters took up gambling and drinking. Many of them are destitute, out of jobs, and are living in these really poor, rundown houses. You know, like think of the coal revolution era in England, and then all those workers' homes that are like placed really close together. It's kind of like those sort of districts are in Westruun as well. And your third bit of knowledge is that Camille is not only a powerful wizard, she's apparently a lich.
Alright. Hold on.
That might be a bit far-fetched, but you know.
Since all of you also just played a game, you can pick up 1 tidbit of information. So all of you can roll a perception check, and then I'll let you know if any of you pick something up.
Nope.
Lux picks 2 things up, and Zeneman 1.
Luckily, I rolled while doing combat.
Zeneman, you pick up really easily that Camille certainly only employs constructs to work in her casino. Lux, you pick up Camille loves clockwork. She has crafted many amazing machines, including the clockwork machine room that powers the casino. You also hear that she has a son, who is an extremely accomplished artificer and student at Song Lushan School for the Gifted.
Haha.
And the third bit of knowledge, because she did roll really high, it's a 24. And the third bit of knowledge, Camille came to Westrun around the same time as Song Lushan came. The rumored to be best friends, albeit they don't always agree. They do visit each other every day, listen, which is the last day of the week, for tea.
Tea.
Who knows this?
Lux knows
Yeah.
this. Lux knows the last 3 bits. The first one, which is Camille only employs constructs to work in her casino, is something that Xanamin picked up.
Yeah, and who is going for tea? Carmine or?
So Carmine Camille Clover, that's her name. Carmine Camille Clover came to Westrun around the same time as Song Lushan came. They're rumored to be best friends, and although they don't always agree, they don't visit each other every Delison, which is the last day of the week, for tea.
Yeah.
So, Annie, are you from here?
Yeah, I am. I mean, I've been around, but
Right. Okay.
She's
It
from
sounds
now,
like,
what about you? You don't look from here.
No.
We haven't met yet,
Not from here.
right?
Oh,
Annie,
you
was
did
it?
Annie, yeah. Nice to meet you.
Hi, my name is Sanamin. I'm I travel with these 3 other people.
Didn't we played a game together just now?
Yes, we did.
Xanamin, you saw her cheat.
Did I saw it?
We all did, yeah.
Oh yeah,
we
we
all
saw
did.
it. Too. Yeah. Yeah, you
Yeah.
had a very interesting strategy.
Yeah.
Actually,
Usually works a little better.
I got invited to a more high stakes dice game. But
Ooh, a dice game.
I was specifically asked you not to bring your fancy, tricks.
I can imagine that. I've heard some rumors that cheating in those kinds of games will get you into a lot more trouble.
Yeah, he specifically said not you would wish you'd be thrown out.
Oh,
Yeah.
so what are you gonna do?
I don't know yet. We might be able to get some more information from the dice game.
What kind of information are you looking for?
Well, apparently, did Lux share that information already, or he's holding on to it for now? The son
What do
did.
you think he meant with his carpets are slow?
You weren't there.
Carpets?
She can read lips, and this is
Oh
her
right,
letting me know.
yeah.
For you guys, it's totally out of context. For some of you,
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's very much in character for Lux to say that suddenly.
Oh, so I'm still
I see
saying
you were
you
reading
weren't
along.
there.
Yeah.
How do you?
oh, I read lips.
Very useful skill.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't hear you properly, so I just kind of.
Yeah, I was just a little bit away and I had difficulty hearing what they were saying. But I thought he said bar pits, so I was very confused.
Yeah, I also thought I might have misread it, but I thought he said his carpets are slow and can't carry much.
He's a weaver. He makes transport, like flying carpets to.
Flying
Fly with.
carpets?
Yeah. that's what he
Excuse
said.
me.
Ooh.
That sounds amazing.
I want one.
Have you
Did
guys
you ask how
seen
much they
something like that?
cost?
Have
Do you
I
know
ever
how
seen something like that?
easily a flying carpet could get us to the valley thing?
Well, it's not going that good with his business because airships get sold a lot more often.
Does Brion have any idea what an airship is? Where she's
roll-
coming from?
A history check.
Have I ever seen carpets now that she's waking.
Roll a history check. Brion, you've seen balloon-like things in the sky, but you don't really know if that was the airship or not.
Right.
Sanamin, you've seen a carpet before, but never a flying carpet.
You guys, I want one.
That sounds
A flying
awesome.
carpet?
That sounds
Yeah.
awesome.
It might be, I don't know what they cost. It might be a nice way to travel.
I mean, it's better than walking all the way
We need to cross some mountains. That
Where are you guys going and why?
Oh, I'm sorry. You were asking something. I got carried away. We'll get back to the carpets.
Right. Well, where we are going is quite a good question.
It's a place called the Grey Valley.
We
up
have, yeah,
north.
that's the long-term goal.
But there's some other places in between.
We need to plant plants.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting.
It's a favor from a dying friend. He wants us to play some plants all over Taldor. It's sentiment.
But right now we're just trying to find out why some people turn into werewolves after
Yeah.
they do drugs.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wasn't I supposed to tell that?
I don't think anyone can hear us.
Werewolves, you say?
Yeah.
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 very ones.
We battled a few of them over in Thirst Fields. Was interesting.
You got
Got me
any
this
info
one.
on that?
Sorry?
You got any information about that? You seem like someone who tends to have an ear to the ground.
Who has a passive insight of 12 or higher?
I do.
Me?
I do.
Inside.
Oh, insight.
Insight.
No.
Insight. Passive insight of 12 or higher.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I do.
only have.
See Annie getting uncomfortable as soon as the subject turns to werewolves. She knows more than she is trying to let on right now.
They sound very dangerous. How did you guys manage that?
I have some extra knowledge in hunting. As I said, I'm a trained hunter of monsters.
Basically, we kind of hugged them, and then other people stuffed something down their throat, and then they become normal again.
We didn't kill them, we cured them. Well, we killed one. We cured the rest.
Yeah.
We try to.
Why are
It
you
was
looking so
interesting.
nervous?
You're just gonna come out with that. Okay, that's the way to go. Yeah, sure.
Sorry.
That's no, it's
No,
perfectly
no.
fine.
No. It's all right. It's just that I've had a close encounter with a werewolf myself, and it's still a little
Sensitive.
sensitive.
Did you get that? Look that.
I didn't get bitten or anything, if that is what you're asking.
Can I make
But
an
you
insight
got
check on that?
her. Yeah.
You can make an insight check, yes.
I will help him by also doing it.
You can both make an insight check.
I will. Okay.
I have an 11.
Goes out of
Let me
man.
see what I can do. 23.
She did not get bit.
All
She
right.
seems to be truthful about that. She's very evasive in her questions right now.
So
Yeah.
did you get attacked?
There was a fight.
Right. Where?
Mm.
On the road.
But I
Were
mean,
you
like,
all by yourself? Is that's why the you know?
I didn't actually. That's why the subject is so sensitive to me. It was around the time that I lost a sister.
Liza?
Yes.
You lost her? As in, or she's just, you have to find her again. This is Dios, by the way.
Yeah.
We noticed, yeah.
Well, no, she's gone. She's
How
dead.
did that happen? How? Why are you here?
That's why I came back.
Why?
It was an unfortunate job.
What was the job?
Just a bounty, like I usually do them, like we usually did them. But something went awry.
So she got killed by a werewolf?
I wouldn't exactly say that, no.
Was she the werewolf?
No.
Liza wasn't a werewolf.
No, she definitely wasn't. It's just like I'm not comfortable. I don't really know who double crossed us, and I'm not too comfortable. I mean, Dios, I know you. I know you're trustworthy, but I don't know any of you yet.
Well, I can
I'm
vouch
so sorry
all of
for
them.
you, and I start hugging her.
Aww.
At the same time, Dios speaks. Well, I can vouch for all of them. First of all, these were complete strangers when they entered Westruun, and then we had an orange code alarm. Lots of multicolored oxen went through the street right at the moment where I was having a baby, was delivering right there in the back alley. Us didn't know what to do. We were booted out of our home by that vile creature of a Barclay. Then Aldwin comes forth, and I've never seen a wet nurse like him before. He's so good at delivering babies, like he's an expert. So he helped me pull that thing out of me. Then they even gave us some money, and they paid for some trinkets that really are worthless. Sorry, guys, but and at that point, we had enough money to buy the second-hand shop. And when we did that, Barclay crossed us again. And then they forced him to indeed sell the property to us. So now we have the second-hand shop. It's just amazing. They've been helping us everywhere, not wanting anything in return. And we're just letting them stay in our shop/house right now. So I can vouch for them. They're really good people. They've not done anything that I feel is shady even still, so.
Well, all right then. I guess if Dios trusts you, then I know you're good.
I mean,
He's exaggerating a
understand.
little bit.
Lux
They did
first.
a lot of that for us as well. I mean,
And Brion?
Well, I can understand you not bearing your entire heart out on a table like the first night you meet people. But I've known these people for, what is it, a couple of weeks? I feel damn comfortable. So just try to feel comfortable. You know?
All right.
Maybe
What
you
is
should
it you
give her a
guys-
massage, Brion. That would make her comfortable.
Digging into their shoulders.
So then, apart from being do-gooders, what is it that you guys actually do?
It's a tough question. Like, the first time we met, there was this thing going around in some tiny village where people would get dragged out of their fishing boats and the nets were bitten or whatever, I don't know. And then we tried to fix that, and then, well, the person we found there was actually dying and wanted to plant us some plants, so then we went to go and do that, and then we bumped into werewolves.
Right, and that's why you're looking for the suit, right?
How do you know about that?
Well, we're not looking for the suit. We've had suit on our bodies in the meantime, but...
Oh, hold on, because we haven't mentioned the suit yet.
You're smart, Alduin. I like you.
So how do you know?
I've picked some stuff up.
Right.
Can I make an insight check on that?
Yeah, make an insight check. Roll a deception or persuasion.
Who, me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And you can roll it and whilst whispering to me. I just don't know how to. I think it's
/W.
W.
And on space and then the name of whoever you're whispering to. In this case, it's DM, I think.
DM, yeah.
Okay. Can I still click it then? I don't think so.
No.
You could just do /R, whatever, right?
Or
What?
It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, right, because you're trying to do a whispered roll. How does it go?
right?
Oh, yeah, GM roll /GM roll. That's true. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
/whisper to me. Gem roll is something that I roll. Roll 20. Okay, you could also just roll a dice and whisper that to me. I really don't care. Whatever
And be
it is.
seen by you and the DM.
I can't do that. Do I
that's
need to?
both?
Fuck.
GM roll
What?
is also for whispering to the GM.
Right. Sorry, Cinnamon. That's almost right, Annie. What you need to do is do the exact same thing, but still a /R before the 1d20.
Oh, there's still a slash. I thought I did the slash. Okay.
Whispers.
There was an error. I can't. It doesn't do that.
Just roll. It's fine.
Yeah, it says there was an error.
/GM roll, and then the dice you want to roll, that will only be seen by you and the DM.
Yeah,
So it was that.
So, what was the original question, Zanamin?
Has she actually heard that in passing, the Sooth? It was like, oh, I picked it up somewhere. Sooth.
What you notice is that she is blatantly lying.
Yeah. Okay. I
Wow.
don't think that's really the whole truth that you're telling right there.
Ooh, he's just gonna come out with that. Yeah.
Whenever she lies, she just like pulls her ear a little bit.
Well, I don't think it matters much. I think we should be able to help each other, no matter where the information came from.
Right.
What is your goal?
I am actually looking for the person that double-crossed my sister and I to get some justice.
I know this form of justice. Doesn't tend to make you feel better though, but it does tend to solve problems.
It's fun. I get it.
So, who's your prime suspect in this?
I've got none.
Good. That's the exact same amount that we have currently. So I'm guessing the person that double-crossed you is the same person you think is responsible for the distribution of the laced suit.
Yes.
Inside check.
I can just tell you that she's truthful. She doesn't think that.
I do.
Okay, so that excludes the clasp. That excludes what are they called again? I forgot the
Myriad.
names. The myriad. There we
Well,
go.
you don't know what she's up into.
Yeah. Who are you working with when you got betrayed?
I am a freelancer.
What happened with your sister?
Yeah.
Because normally you know your contractor. Why do you not know who double-crossed you this time? Dios asks.
Well, the thing is, you know our contact in Iman, right?
Yes.
Apparently he was.
Like,
Apparently he
you-
was hired as a middleman.
You mean Benedict?
Yeah, Hunston.
Oh, I've had a few run-ins with him before. He always requests jewelry for his heists.
I thought I could trust him. I've done jobs for him many a time before, but I guess the real contractor put up some serious coin.
And you think the real contractor here is in Westwood?
I think so.
And what was your job?
I had to deliver somebody to Iman alive.
You're smuggling.
Wait. Did you say
People.
somebody?
Yeah, I'm a bounty hunter.
So you even had to capture the person first.
Yes, that is correct.
Who was the person you were sent after?
Some 45-year-old woman.
From where?
On the road to Iman. She had a cache of goods, and Liza, and I intercepted her.
Right.
So that's something you do often?
Sorry?
So that's something you do often?
Yeah, but I pick my bounties. I mean, I try to only take the ones the contracts clean up the streets a little bit.
Right. I mean, it's work, right?
And this one actually was particularly dangerous, as she happened to actually maybe be a werewolf. Can you imagine what would have happened if a werewolf would have run amok in the city of Iman?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
We have seen it happen. What was she carrying? Like, was she carrying a suit?
I didn't check. It was I really didn't check. It was quite hard to actually capture her.
But she was a werewolf carrying that cash?
No, like there was a cart.
No. Attached to the werewolf? Wait. I'm trying to piece things together, okay? So there was a 45-year-old woman who was carrying a cash on a cart. She was a werewolf.
It's not cash. She was just
It's like
carrying goods.
Yeah, a cache of goods.
A cache of goods,
Yeah. We're in agreement with that.
I think she meant that she might be infected.
Right. So
Like
how did you know
being
about the
sick.
suit?
Specifically, the laced sooth.
I may have. Oh, is this from just now?
Yeah.
Okay. I picked it up. I heard some rumors I heard some people talk about it.
And you...
Sounds good, I guess.
Yep.
Look, I'm gonna tell you a story.
Oh, there he goes.
Story time!
There he goes.
About 3 weeks ago, we were in a village. That's where the four, well, me and Xanamin met Brion and Lux. That village had a problem. See, there was a creature attacking people continuously at night. It was real bad, like just ordinary townsfolk. So we were going around trying to help, because that's kind of what we do. That was why I was sent there, and Xanamin was there because he was studying strange creatures, and well, there was a strange creature running around. So that's why we were there. We were trying to help, right? Not specifically for money, just that's what I do. So we started asking around, and people didn't really tell us a lot. They were hiding stuff because I'm very good at seeing if people are lying or leaving stuff out, important stuff. But they didn't tell us a lot. So what ended up happening is that about half the village got wiped out. A lot of important people died. And now the village, which already was on the edge of destruction, is now, well, probably doomed for the rest of eternity. Because people didn't tell us the whole story. Everything could have been prevented. So, I am going to ask you one more time. How did you know about the Sood?
And I kind of like, my eyes flicker over to Dios, and you... probably will get the sense that I'm not comfortable discussing that with Dios around. Because of how the things that she said.
Maybe just drop it for now. I don't think she's like the Elderman.
It's a weird setting to talk about very personal stuff, and I think we're invading a little bit of personal stuff here. Like, you guys know that I don't like to talk about.
1 moment. Dios stands up, and she looks visibly a little bit hurt.
No, I didn't say that out loud.
No, I know, to those with a high insight. She looks visibly a little bit hurt. And she just puts her head up high and she says, you know what? I don't really am interested in all of this talk, so I'm just going to go over those machines and just, test my luck a little bit. I'll bring some drinks over later. And then she just moves away, getting the hint that maybe this conversation would be better with her.
Oh.
She has a high insight, guys.
Yeah.
She does.
Got a bunch of people in this party with high insights. Very hard to lie to us.
Not Brion, though.
No.
So as soon as she is out of earshot, all right. All I know is I took a contract, got double-crossed, I delivered a werewolf to someone, so indirectly I may have had a hand in this, even though I never meant to, of course. Oh. And it seems like Dios doesn't really like a couple of people that are currently maybe housing me.
Please tell me this.
Wait.
You go first.
What did you say again?
Cinnamon.
Yeah, I just didn't hear you. Literally.
Oh.
They didn't like her?
She doesn't like people that I am currently staying with.
It's because of bat poop? No?
You're staying with the Myriad?
Poo?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Are you staying with the Myriad? Right.
I just look at Cinnamon confused.
the Myriad Alduin, you're really
Yeah.
grasping at straws here, but Xanamin correctly guessed that she's staying at the Barclay residence.
Yeah, no, that's also like what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah,
But-
sorry.
That's interesting.
Grasping
Interesting.
at straws.
What is this thing about poo?
Well, the last
Bat
time we
poo.
were there were a lot of bats. Well,
Bunch of
the
bats.
second to last time.
I just didn't want to upset Dios, and she obviously doesn't like.
She has good reason to not like Barclay.
Lux, as you are listening to this, is there anything you would like to say? Or do?
Well, at least we know how they got the werewolf to produce this. It's one of the things we try to find out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
And in the meantime, while this conversation is going on, I would like to kind of look around the room every now and again and see if anyone is like dropping words that I could link through this whole investigation, like entropy, like the myriads, like Barclay, any
All right.
people
Make
that might be interesting.
Would you like to make a perception check, or would you like to use your passive perception for this?
I'll use my passive perception.
All right. What is it?
22.
Thanks. Emil, is there anything that you would like to say or do during this conversation?
I'm tying stuff together, but just not in time to ask questions at the right moment. But I'm tying stuff together. The thing will come. I'll just kind of look very in thoughts.
Addy, just a quick one more quick question. The woman that you captured, did she have odd eyes like mine? Eyes that are different, not natural to a specific race.
She did.
I think she may have had weird eyes, but I have to say it's been a while now. I mean, it's been just about like 3 months. I can't.
What are you thinking about, Madeline?
That we have a problem. That's even bigger. She captured a blood hunter.
So,
One of the werewolf blood hunters.
One of the Order of the Lycanthrope.
I have no idea what that even
Me neither.
means.
Give me 1 second to see what you know of her.
I
You
mean,
do know.
as a
yes.
person, I do. Oh, I do know that.
You
But I
have
do-
heard the name Claret Orders and Order of the Lycan, including
I
her
have.
name.
I have at no point ever said the Claret Orders yet.
Yeah,
To
but I'm-
all the other three. I specifically
Okay,
just wanted
no,
to-
but I'm just confirming for Annie right now.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
no.
Keywords, she knows.
That she knows. Yeah, no, that's fine.
But do I know that they're like? Because Annie was like werewolf, evil, hunt down.
Yeah, no, that might just be what she knows. You just also know that normally, so I'm not going to whisper this, but none of you hear this.
Right.
But to you, it was very strange because what you know of werewolves is that they are not in control of their form. She was very much in control. Very powerful. That's why you needed to use the
3
method
sleeping
that was
potions.
described to you, 3 sleeping potions until you were able to knock her out.
She had a name also.
Yes.
Let me just. And I start rummaging through my pack. It was so long ago. There's so many bounties. Dorothy something? Yeah, it was definitely a Dorothy.
And in what way were you double-crossed?
Well, upon delivery, my sister and I were ambushed. And we were just bringing her in and coming to collect the coin, and all of a sudden there were arrows flying everywhere, and I was lucky that I'd just gotten my new studded leather armor. But unfortunately, my sister wasn't so lucky. I barely made it out alive. I had to flee. I'm guessing that I knew a bit too much about what was going on with this bounty, or they were trying to tie up loose ends.
Do you think you were ambushed by the giver of the assignment? By whoever you were about to deliver the werewolf to? Or did you think you were ambushed by another party?
Well, my normal contact was there. He sold me out. But there were also lots of people there that I didn't know them. Don't know who they were.
It's at this point, Lux. Give me 1 second. You see, as this conversation is going on, an inconsolable young man gambling away all sorts of little constructs made from copper and gold. He has very long, straight, brown hair. 1 second. Shaved on the right side, and very piercing green eyes. His skin is soft, milky white, almost as if he never goes outside. He stands hunched, inconsolable, though you can see he's of regular build, but he looks smaller than he actually is, as he's just wrecked with emotion. There's nothing too muscly underneath his very expensive garments, and you do notice that he twitches frequently with his right arm. Suddenly, there's a lot of commotion going on throughout the entire room. You see a dozen or so staff go towards this man, and they try to guide him towards the great big double doors that you suspect lead towards Carmine's chambers. The man resists, and he starts to make a scene. Before he jerks himself out of the construct's grasp, you hear him shout, "You can't force me to see my mother! If the witch can't come out to see her own son, why should I praise her excellence with my presence? Why don't you just all leave me alone?" And suddenly a burst of electric energy bursts out from within the man's clothes. And all constructs within 30 feet radius are suddenly turned off. You see them like... You then see him disappear as he just like rips open like this black rip in the air itself, like almost as he's opening a black door out of thin air, his head bowed in grief, and then he leaves. Make a perception check for those who want to see what they might have seen as he opens this tear in the air.
I want to see that. I want to know, but I'm not that good. Yeah.
19, 24, 24, 50. So, Annie, Zenemin, and Lux. Eldrin, you're too busy and preoccupied, and both Brion, with like all these constructs like suddenly starting up again. But and Annie, Zenemin, and Lux, you see that as you look within this door, you see a large compound in the far background. where this young man is walking towards to. It seems to be large towers that you've seen in the Scholars' Ward before, and they give off this bluish purple glow. They have like these like very pointed roofs. It looks almost Asian-like, and that's all you see as this man leaves. And there's just a whole bunch of ruckus going on in the midst of this room as the constructs are now starting up again. And they're all slowly making their way through the big double doors.
Well, that's our guy, by the way. I hope he's in a better mood when we have to talk to him.
That's very weird.
Oh, yeah, that's the son of the boss around here. I think he also, makes some of the constructs, and
He's a bit of a drama
I'm
queen,
sure
isn't
he's
he?
a very good artificer. He might have something to do with, my little owl and
Right.
the blue dragon watch.
He doesn't seem to like his mother much.
No, and I don't think I'll like him very much.
I don't know if I'd like his mother.
That's true. That's true.
And that is where we're going to end the session tonight.
Ooh.
And first episode. You got the classic third degree questioning from the the party. Oh man. Oh,
Warm
That's-
welcome to Annie.
Tell us what you know.
tell us all you know.
You're not telling us everything.
Yeah, our party is very investigative. We are very much investigative, asking a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Things.
It's always
Which-
weird.
I am
Just
very
like-
enjoying myself.
Yes, so am I.
Yep.
It's always weird to like start with a new party, and because I knew this was gonna happen, right? Because you need to like
Yeah.
Go through the
align
questionnaire.
goals and play
Mhm.
20 questions.
Yeah, yeah,
But it was fun.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
what is the plan of the party for next week?
Well,
Do we want to go to the high stakes bets?
Brion is not actually thinking about that. Brion
Me
is
neither.
mostly trying to figure out everything that's happening, and then Brion is still thinking about that sword.
The first thing on Alduin's mind, the first thing that, like, while everything was happening, Alduin was just writing in his notebook, like he generally will do. One thing that he will has written down, and it's currently like when we end, he's in a motion of ripping out, is a note that he's going to hand to Lux with a message to send to Madeline with immense haste. Which of course has to do with them now learning that the progenitor Lycan was of the Order, which is a bad thing that has a lot of consequences.
So that means that I kidnapped a good person?
You kidnapped someone that
You don't know.
basically currently in Alduin's mind is like, if this comes out, it's a massive PR disaster. For an order that is not known, this could be a very big problem. That's currently like, he's like, shit, it's one of our own. This is bad news. This is bad.
Am I gonna get in trouble?
Maybe. We'll see.
Or you're going to be part of a rescue mission?
It'll.
Ooh,
To be
yes, I
fair,
can
Eddie,
atone.
Getting in trouble, kind of on brand for you when it comes to D&D. I also thought that the thing about like the pillars with the magic crystals was kind of a reference to the Bay of Bones game, in which I think something like that previously happened,
Yeah, it was.
which was very funny. Yeah.
Well, I still have 3 tokens, so
Didn't he also try to peel the gems out of the beans? She
Yeah.
was referencing someone else who did
But
that.
I still have 3 tokens as well, so we need to play a game, Lux.
You can also hand in your tokens for cash again. That was explained.
Right,
at
yeah.
I lost 15 gold in that game, and I didn't even lose it in the game.
Was a nice move though, saved yourself
Oh man.
for a lot of money. But I mean,
You didn't get kicked out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
But, sorry, for the next game, what are your plans so that I can plan accordingly?
Whatever we need to finish up in here, and
Yeah.
I guess
College.
university. Yeah,
go
University.
bring the peppers around and then maybe chill out at our room for a bit, get back an acquaintance with our weapons and our stuff.
library.
Please.
Talk to the guy.
Oh, wow. That's a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, we have
Not
so
really.
much stuff to do.
But you get 2 weeks.
Get to know Annie.
How are we
I know.
gonna? How are we gonna? Like, can Annie stick with you guys? Like as a part of the group? Not stay with you guys. I have a very nice place to stay.
I guess we'll find that out next game, huh?
Ah,
I feel like we're working on trying to work together on this one.
just make sure you're there in 2 weeks and then we'll see if we turn your camera on or not.
Oh damn, savage.
All right. Well, I really enjoyed playing with you, Erin. It was really fun. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I really
it was
enjoyed it.
awesome.
Yeah. And
So
it
I
just
can
it's
come
a-
back.
Yeah.
You can,
And it's
sure.
just the boys
You have
really
to.
definitely are a minority right now.
Yep.
We already were. We already were. So
Now it's overwhelmingly so.
yeah, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. I think the original setup for this game is that I was going to be the only guy at some point.
Yeah.
I think that was originally at some point the thing.
Yep.
So
No, there was one guy playing a girl, but we
Oh,
didn't
right.
continue.
No, that's right. That's true. Yeah.
I loved
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna close it up. One quick thing. I am playing Resident Evil, and I'm gonna be playing through all of it.
Like a madman.
And like a madman to finish before Resident Evil Village comes out in May, if I remember correctly. To then also play that on stream. I just finished the first Resident Evil, and all the VODs will be on YouTube at some point. We're also uploading the VODs for the DireRolls games, which we will be releasing one every week on the Sunday. I just released episode 12 yesterday.
12.
Yes. So we're currently at episode 17. So it'll be a little bit before we catch up to all the episodes, but it should all be coming up pretty soon. Yeah.
I'm playing The Sims 4, but I'm not streaming that.
Nice one.
Yeah, so thank you all for joining. We'll be back in 2 weeks, same time at 2 on the Sunday.
Yep.
Did I miss anything? I don't think so.
No.
Okay, then we're going to end the stream. Bye everyone.
Bye.